season, and the first game has really been the telltale sign for them. It is either sweep or get swept for St. Peter's. 6-9 game score, and currently with a record like that, sitting at 6th in the MAC.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be a tough task for them, especially when you're going up against a team that's got such a potent offense like UConn. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get off to a fast start or if UConn's just going to bury them early.
UConn in the navy, and it is St. Peter's in the white, and we are underway here in game number 1. Demo on the line there, and Disaster looking to get over top of one. Can't find the shot on net. Anton to keep this pressure on. Finds another touch, looking for another double tap, but Sid the Man able to clear that one away. Disaster gets demoed, and Droys will have to safely play this one out of the corner. Sid the Man on free spawn will be able to punch this one back down in, and Disaster will be able to respond. Keeping this one along the wall, gets forked out mid, and Anton is there. Trying to force this one by another, but he cannot do so, and Droys trying to establish some pressure here, does manage to dunk one, but Yura able to kind of space himself away from one. The touch comes from Anton, but the shot is not on, and UConn swarming there. 3 chances to shoot, but can't find the net.
Yeah, and they've got their offense off to a fast start. They're just on the net, and right there, a nice pinch shot by Anton goes into the back of the net. UConn's pressure finally pays off for them. They go up by 1.
Anton flicks this one, and an unfortunate redirect there off of, I believe it was Sid the Man finding the open net. So UConn striking first just after the first minute of play, but it feels like so far through this first minute, UConn's possession has really been the telltale sign. St. Peter's has not had a lot of time on offense.
No, they had a little bit of offensive time in the very beginning of the game, and since then it's been all UConn all the time. And even when St. Peter's had that pressure in the very beginning, there wasn't much in terms of grade A chances. So really looking for them to tighten up in the offensive zone, get some more quality shots on net.
Wow, on the house, trying to send this one mid, does manage to do so. Down in front, the shot is on, and the shot is good. Sid the Man strikes back.
Yeah, and that's just a little bit of, I think, a miscommunication there between Droys and Anton, as that ball just kind of gets touched out right into the center of the field and leaves it right there for Sid the Man to tie this game.
And just like that, St. Peter's finally with a chance on offense, and they capitalize. So like you said, tie game with just over 3 minutes remaining. Great pass down mid. Disaster hustling to get to that one, but cannot regather control, and Sid the Man will have a play off this backboard. Droys there to intercept it down in front, but Wawa able to send that one towards the UConn net. Disaster was able to make that save, and the pressure now mounting for the side of this St. Peter's offense. The pinch towards the net, but Anton, good positioning there. Yura can't find the touch he needs, and Anton kicks that one down. Sid the Man towards the corner. Disaster now. A little bit of boost to work with. Keeps this ball in the nose of his car, lets it drop down for Anton. The shot off the post gets redirected by Sid the Man towards his net, but he will be able to clear the box. But Disaster recentering, looking for Anton. The shot off and wide, and although UConn generating a lot of pressure here, these shots are just not finding their way to the net.
No, yeah, and it's a combination of good defensive positioning by St. Peter's, but also not exactly the best shots that UConn could be taking right now. A lot of them are going a little bit wide, a little bit haywire. It feels like they're kind of rushing the play a little bit right now, so looking for them to kind of slow it down, pace themselves, and get some more grade A chances on net.
Droids does manage to find a second touch, but Wawa was able to find a clear, and now Sid the Man able to stuff out that attempt in the corner. Gets another big booming clear. Droys decides to let that one fly by as it goes to their corner. Now finds its way mid. Chipped back in, and Disaster has a hard play off the wall. Yura's shot off the post and out. Anton now quick to respond to this one in the air, but Sid the Man trying to find a pinch here is denied by Anton. Good defensive positioning from him, and he gets by Yura. Now Wawa has to make a play. Does manage to collect that mid boost, but Anton wins the challenge, and so Sid the Man, again, Anton winning these 50-50s with minimal boost in the tank, but bumped off the play there, and UConn's offense will stall.
Yeah, and that's just a nice clearance right there by St. Peter's to mitigate that pressure. But right there, oh my goodness, a nice shot by Anton, and the St. Peter's defender just unable to get to that ball into the bottom corner of the net. So UConn will take that 1-goal lead.
Just a mistouch off the back wall there. Right idea, wrong execution, and UConn with the late lead here. 1:05 on the clock as this kickoff goes neutral, and Disaster will tap it back for Droys. Yura is there, looking for a second touch onto this one, but Droys stalls him out, and now Anton flicks this one mid. Droys is there once again. Able to corral this one. Another flick pass, and he's looking for Disaster, but he's out wide. This one kicks off the corner for Anton. Can't get back to it cleanly, but Wawa is there. Now Sid the Man flicks this one up, but Droys centering this one. Two players commit on the side of St. Peter's. It's Yura finding the touch. Wawa has to retreat. Disaster holding on, looking for a pass from Anton. Anton with plenty of boost to work with. Now looking for the flip reset. Has the touch, but it's Sid the Man able to make that save. Short time now remaining. Disaster can't keep this ball in. Another play here for Sid the Man, dropping that one down, but Wawa's retreating, looking for boost. Now Anton with a little bit of space to work with, gets it over top, and he will score! Make it 3-1 late in the game.
Yeah, that's just a little bit too much space given to Anton. Given all he's done so far this game, I really would have liked to see that defender put a little bit more pressure on him, because Anton's been all over the ball, and he's able to just flick it right over the top of him and deposit it into the top of the net. 3-1 with 8 seconds left.
And with short time remaining, St. Peter's will likely drop this game barring a miracle as time expires, and Anton will pinch that one off the wall, but it is UConn capitalizing on some early mistakes and getting this game 1 victory. Maybe looking for one more, but no dice. That ball will touch the ground. Either way, UConn take a solid game 1.
Yeah, and that's just good positioning by them. They had a good, strong defensive formation, save for that one goal from St. Peter's, but really just a strong defensive formation. Their rotation in the offensive zone was very clean. They were able to get balls on net. 150-50s. Anton won like 3 or 4 of them coming down that sidewall with barely any boost in the tank. So really just strong play all across the board for UConn, and they'll take that game 1.
6-4 in shots on goal that game, and it is worth noting that when UConn is the defending Big East champions, they were kind of on a Cinderella run. They were the 7th seed overall and ended up winning the whole thing. And they even made it to top 4 of the EGF National Championship. And the key really was Anton. He was the difference maker. He stepped up big in both the Big East Championship and that national bracket. So if he continues to play this way, it's a really good sign for the Huskies.
Yeah, definitely. When he's on his game, the Huskies are winning games, and that's exactly what you want to see from your top guy, that number 1 player. And then even if he does have an off game, however, their supporting cast is good enough and has the talent to support that team and drive them to victory. So they really have a nice, well-rounded team. They've got that number 1 guy in Anton, and they really look to just keep that hot streak rolling.
And the chemistry, too, between players like Disaster and Droys was really also something else to watch in that Big East Championship. But St. Peter's looking to make a story of their own. Can't quite find the air dribble as Sid the Man, and Disaster gets it over top of another. Leftover Burgers subbing in here, looking to make some plays as he has a touch on this one down in front for Sid the Man, but Droys quickly denies that attempt. Disaster looking for a quick counterattack, but he cannot do so. Yura now looking to flick this one past Anton. Does get the dunk. Droy's recovering. Yura's shot is good, and St. Peter's strikes first in game 2.
And that's exactly what they want. Be more opportunistic. That's a great shot right there. Droy's unable to get to the ball. Ball just sneaks into that bottom corner. St. Peter's will definitely take that first goal of this game.
Just inside the first minute, and the Peacocks have the lead, but UConn trying to strike quickly here. Droys cannot do so. Can't find the touch. It's Leftover Burgers taken to the skies, but it is Disaster to cut off that play. Now down in front, Anton kicks this one off the boards. Yura stalls out here, looking to buy some time. Sid the Man able to help him on that clear, and Anton now trying to get by one, but Leftover Burgers stops that clearing attempt. Droys to answer, but Sid the Man to respond. And St. Peter's so far, especially in this game in particular, have just done a good job. We talked about matching the speed, matching the pace of the team. St. Peter's, a team that has not had a whole lot of success in doing so in the past, it feels like that is the case today.
Yeah, positionally they're playing a very strong second game right now, and they look to be in the best places possible. But right there, Disaster just capitalizing on a defensive That looked a little bit shell-shocked right there. The ball pounded on net by Anton, and they just were not able to get back in time. A backflip goal for Disaster puts it right into dead center of the net, and they'll tie that game at 1.
Love the recognition there from Disaster, too. Like you said, defense a little panicky, players biting on that shot, not able to quite find a clean save. And Disaster with the recognition, realizing, hey, I can just turn on this backflip, and there's a high chance it goes in, and no one able to recover on the side of the Peacocks. So with 3 minutes remaining, Anton will score to make it 2-1 for UConn.
That's a really nice play by Disaster to set this up. He gets it up towards the ceiling, and he just drops it right down for Anton, who's got one man pushing him. He's able to get the ball away from him, put it into the back of the net, and UConn will take the 2-1 lead.
Just like that, UConn are back in the lead, and Disaster looking for a kickoff goal, and he's got it! Disaster strikes, make it 3-1.
And UConn's coming alive right now, just burying them. A lost face-off right there for St. Peter's. Nobody was there. Both of the prong guys were out getting boost, and because of that, just left a dead center line. No defenders back, and UConn's able to take that 3-1 lead.
And those goals feel like the worst because it's just a little bit of a communication issue, it feels like. Normally you've got a player following on kickoff, but both players opting for boost and they get burned for it. So UConn able to take advantage again of a slight mistake from the side of St. Peter's, and now this ball finds its way mid. Disaster kicks this one towards the backboard. Sid the man found a touch and Droys cannot, so Sid has a chance at the long ball here, but Anton there to respond. Now kicks it down. Yura looking for the shot. He will score just past the defense. St. Peter's responds.
Yeah, and that's a good stretch shot to get the ball into the zone, and then Sid the man with a nice pass to Yura, who's just able to tuck the ball under the defender going at him. He does get demoed, but too late for UConn as that goes into the back of the net, and St. Peter's brings it within 1.
2:25 on the clock, and St. Peter's narrowing that margin back down to 1. Now retreating on passes here are UConn, and Anton will find a way to get that ball going the right direction for the Huskies, but Leftover Burgers there to respond. Looking for a demo on the back line, got it, but Leftover Burgers could not get back to the ball. Now Sid the man drops that one mid. Anton is there. Anton, the intercept, will score. Pays with his life, but he gives the 2-goal lead back.
Yeah, that's just a great interception right there. Sid does not, it looks like a pass to that center guy to try and get a clearance. Good idea, bad execution, as Anton's right there, able to read that pass, kind of a floater, a little bit too slow, put it into the back of the net, and UConn reclaims that 2-goal lead.
4-2 now with under 2 minutes remaining. Disaster kicks this one to the corner. Sid the man looking for a clear. Anton keeps this on the hood of his car. Flicks it now. Over top, off the backboard. The rebound, and it's in! Droys makes it 5-2.
Yeah, and there's that chemistry coming into play. Anton just gets that ball up and over, puts it off the backboard. A nice backboard set play. Droys is just right there to put it into the back of the net. St. Peter's defenders just not able to get to it in time, and UConn will take the 3-goal lead.
And Anton, just smart recognition. It almost feels like he froze the defense the second he caught the ball on the hood of his car. The 2 defenders there, not able to make a play on it either. So now with 1:30 or just over it remaining, that lead from UConn has exploded into 3-goal differential now. And St. Peter's really struggling to get that clear they so desperately need as Disaster sends that one towards the backboard, but he cannot do so. And Droys will have to backtrack on this one. Anton looking for Disaster. Chance in front for Anton. The pass play is there. 6-2. UConn running away.
That's a great pass play right there. First of all, Disaster controls the ball, gets it out of the zone. Anton screaming up the center. No defenders are on him. Sid the man, the closest man back, but he's just not able to match the speed of Anton. Anton puts it into the back of the net. UConn will take a 4-goal lead.
And just like that, with over 1 minute remaining, UConn's offense has come alive, and they are keeping the pressure on here. Droys can't find a touch onto this ball. St. Peter's trying to get something more on the board, trying to keep themselves alive in this set. They don't want to go to match point against the Big East defending champions, but this ball will find its way across mid. Sid the man can't find another touch onto this one. Anton now backs up and finds a pass to Disaster. Droys Leaves it now. Disaster cutting across, and Droys will score. The passing plays from the ground are working beautifully.
And you mentioned earlier the chemistry of this UConn team, and that's just it at full display right there. Able to pass back and forth, 3 touches and into the back of the net. That's just a perfect passing play.
35 seconds remaining, and it was 3-2 with a lot of time remaining in this game. And since then, St. Peter's has just been on the back foot ever since. And it feels like now UConn, this team, it really is back in action. That shot off the crossbar. Anton again looking for the backboard. Yura is there. Disaster beats 2 players, has a chance. He will score all by himself. 8-2.
You love to see the solo effort right there. Puts it back into the zone, just intercepts that clearance attempt by St. Peter's, and just nobody's able to get there. He backboards it to himself, puts it into the back of the net. Just a fantastic solo effort to get that 8th goal.
You talk about a momentum swing. St. Peter's felt like they had a chance in this one, and then UConn has just stolen all of that momentum away. That game 1 curse seems to continue on here as UConn put themselves on match point.
Yeah, that was just a full and complete game by UConn. St. Peter's showed some really good pushback in the beginning, the opening of that game, but UConn just established themselves in the offensive zone, and it seemed like the ball never left. I mean, the ball was in the St. Peter's zone for what seemed like 85% of that game. They just totally controlled possession, totally controlled shots on goal, and because of that, they took that game too.
After the 2-minute 30-second mark, when it was 3-2, UConn explodes with 5 goals. And like you said, for at least half of that game, UConn was on the offense. They outshot St. Peter's 11-7. And so for St. Peter's, what is the solution here when you are just constantly having your net get peppered like that? How do you find a way to clear the ball?
You know, it seems like from what I can tell, they're trying to rely on a team play to get the ball cleared. They'll pass to somebody and then expect him to boom it out. With a team like UConn that pressures the ball so hard and is on it all the time, what you really need to do is just forget the passing plays in your own defensive zone. You're slowing yourself down and you're allowing for an intercept. Best practice is to just boom it out by yourself. Be that pinching off the wall or just getting as much power you can off the front of your car. You need to get it out of your zone. Otherwise, UConn's just going to live there.
Wawa back into the game here, but he cannot find a clear. It's Yura now, backtracking as he collects some boost, leaving that one for Wawa. Now Anton, sending that one across as UConn try and get their offense going through midfield, leaving it for Anton. The chip is there, the rebound in front, denied by Yura. Leftover Burgers also gets a demo onto Droy, so Yura now has a chance to center this ball, but Disaster kicks that one off the wall. Wawa's shot is denied, and the rebound cleared away by UConn. So St. Peter's finding some early offense here in the first minute.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they wanted to respond to that game too, where they had the offensive pressure and then lost it. The best thing for them right now is to be able to sustain that pressure. Don't get killed in the offensive zone. You need to be able to sustain that pressure in order to win games.
This one finds its way to the St. Peter's corner, takes an offward bounce off of Droy's hood, and Anton gets beat to the ball, but 2 players committed on the side of St. Peter's. Leftover Burgers trying to buy some time here, does manage to find a challenge out mid, but Anton, the pass, looking for Disaster, the chip up, in front for Droys, looking for a touchdown in front, the shot is slow, so it will be saved by Yura. Now Anton, on the corner once more, Wawa dodging a bump, and now Yura can't find the touch through this corner over top of Wawa. So with 3:20 remaining, UConn trying to get tricky with this offense here, and to no avail so far.
Yeah, they're trying to continue with those pass plays that worked so well for them last game, and why not? I mean, it worked like a gem for them in game 2, and really nothing from St. Peter's really points towards them establishing the offensive zone. So why not take those passing plays? Why not make them work like they did last game?
Anton with a chip shot off the backboard. Disaster on the rebound, denied by Yura. Big save from them to keep this game at an even scoreline. And now Anton taken to the skies, has his flip reset. Yura saw it coming and is able to deny it. But the rebound from Droys is just too good. Make it 1-0 UConn.
And that's exactly what happens when you establish that zone. You keep on pumping shots on net. One of them's bound to break through, and Droy's right there. Just a nice little floating shot, not too much speed on it. Splits the defense, and UConn takes the early 1-0 lead.
And Ura makes a great save on the first flip reset shot, but he also was the only one close enough to that second ball to try and make a save, so it feels like the recovery time of St. Peter's is just not there quite yet.
Yeah, they're just a little slow, and that's what happens when you're playing a team that relies on its speed so heavily like UConn does. They can really burn you with those plays. And oh my, what a great flick up by Anton to put it into the top of the net. Droy's with the clearance out of the zone, drops it right in the middle, and Anton just reads it himself, pops it up, and puts it into the top left corner of the net.
Beautiful play from Anton. The last thing you want to do is give that man time and space to work with, and St. Peter's pays the price for it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know what more evidence they need to see. I mean, Anton's been having himself a series. He's just probably he's just a premier player on UConn. And right there, Disaster reads a shot that went off the crossbar. Ura got no touch on that, which is really just, no pun intended, disastrous. As Disaster is able to steal that ball away from him and put it into the back of the net.
3-0 now with just over 2 minutes remaining. St. Peter's trying to avoid another sweep this season. This ball will be kicked off the boards on UConn's side, but Droy's gets a demo, so Ura cannot continue the offense, and the rest of St. Peter's will retreat. Now Disaster on the back pass to Anton, looking for a play off this backboard, down in front for Droy's, but no touch there. Ura now, a much needed clear. Disaster already there to respond, and all three players of UConn are back, looking to find a way to break out here as leftover Burgers can't intercept that pass. Anton, another play off the backboard, looking for Disaster out in front, but Ura is there once again, and his defensive positioning has been on point as best he can. The shot from leftover Burgers off the bounce. Tricky save by Anton.
Yeah, and that's just Anton effective in both the offensive and defensive zone. But Ura on the side of St. Peter's, as you mentioned, has had really good position all game long. Unfortunately, usually just a step slow with that UConn offense and just unable to get done what it needs to get done.
Well, the hard touch off that wall, and Ura will keep this ball in. Just over a minute remaining now in game number 3. Remember, St. Peter's have to find a win here if they want to stop the sweep. The shot is on. The shot is good. It's Ura on the redirect, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, and Droy's right there just gets stripped by Ura. Wawa is able to put the ball on net, and Ura just with that last touch to put it over top of Disaster makes it so he's unable to get to it. And that's a much needed goal from St. Peter's. They've got 54 seconds to score 2 more.
Leftover Burgers losing that challenge, though, and Wawa also getting dunked by Droy's. UConn trying to stall out some time here, and Ura can't find the touchdown in front. Anton over top, and Anton will score! Steals the momentum back for UConn.
Yeah, and that might be a nail in the coffin right there. Droy's with a nice backboard pass up to Anton. He's just going to sever the defense and put it right down the middle. 40 seconds left. That means in order for them to at least force overtime, they need a goal at least every 10 seconds, and I just don't know that they have that in them the way UConn's been playing.
Been very difficult for St. Peter's to get their offense going, and Droy's will find one more. The back line of St. Peter's disappears as Anton carries it all the way back.
Yeah, Anton just amazing job to rim it around the boards and drop it right into the front of the net for Droy's to be able to put it back. And like you said, St. Peter's defense just non-existent right there as UConn goes up by 4.
Kind of had to be, though, as they tried to get the offense going and no one quite ready on that back line. Disaster might be looking for one more, does get a second touch on it, but the shot is wide, and with 20 seconds remaining, it will be Anton again. Toss your hats into the ring. He's got a hat trick.
Yeah, and he's just been all over the place. We've said his name a whole bunch tonight, and right there, a ground pinch into the back of the net. Wawa unable to get to it. They'll take that 5-goal lead, and they'll take this series.
And UConn, too, not afraid to try and run up the score here. Certainly helps in that goal differential category if it really does come down to a tiebreaker statistic as such. But in a game that St. Peter's, they had their moments, but it felt like UConn capitalize on just about every error they made, and it will be UConn getting the sweep over St. Peter's.
Yeah, like you said, UConn just capitalized on every single hole in that St. Peter's defense. Every time St. Peter's made a mistake, it looked like UConn was just on it immediately, and that's just the sign of a good team when you're able to recognize those mistakes being made by your opponent and just immediately capitalize on it. UConn played with speed, they played with heart, they played with determination, they were positionally sound, and they take this series in sweep fashion.
14-4 in shots. And St. Peter's, this is a team that, like we said, it tends to be streaky with them. Game one is very telling, where it is either sweep or get swept. But this offense doesn't seem to be necessarily struggling. Despite the number of chances, they're still able to put up goals.
Yeah, no, they get their grade A chances and they capitalize on them. They're what I'd call an opportunistic offense. When they get those opportunities, as few and far between as they may be, they capitalize on them. And that's very important for a team that's in a lower bracket like the MAC. It's not as much it's not known as one of those top divisions like say the Big East. I played in the MAC. I know how it's not the most powerful of brackets, but just really great determination from St. Peter's. They got possession. They were able to get shots off, but unfortunately for them, just not enough to be able to topple UConn.
Yeah, UConn, they keep their streak of games undefeated so far. They do not drop a game in this one, and they are just on fire. The fact that through 6 weeks they've only dropped 2 games all of their sets, I think, is really a testament to how strong this team can really be.